is going on? What's happening? Welcome back to the Dukes of Football. What is happening? The one.
What's going on, man? I am super excited. This is college football time. It is like the second coming of the second coming of something that's the second coming of. I love it.
Something.
And again, it's a Wednesday night. We ain't been on Wednesday night in a while, so I had to, give me a little syrup.
Been a while. It's been a while. Yeah, I got me some syrup. It's called, let me just tell you something, bro. That looks like really good syrup, by the way. But this, if you've ever had the naked juice, you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
By our good friends at Rogue Energy.
No.
No?
But that was good. That was been really good.
Then I haven't had that one.
Okay, so naked juice, I found it at Kroger, I think it was. It comes in, jugs. They have a strawberry banana, okay? I take my good old elite performance where the dream of elite fitness becomes a reality. I take that cup, fill it up with naked strawberry and banana juice up to the EP logo, and put 1 scoop of vanilla whey protein in this bad boy. Shake the shit out of it. And I am not going to lie, it is one of the best shakes that I have ever endured in my life. And it's good for me.
And the fact that you use the word endure lets me know that it is awesome. Hey, but I can tell, looking right here in the camera, man, I can see the thinness, you know what I mean? Now
pudgy, but that ain't as pudgy. I used to fill this chair out.
But I mean, now you're getting you see little cuts in your shoulders and stuff like that. So I mean, I see you do your thing,
he's
bro.
Working my ass off. Let me just say, he is working my ass off.
Well, just as long as the wife knows that you're doing it for her and not to replace her with a younger model.
Shit, that's too much of a head case to try to do that.
I hear you, bro. But man, again, it's great to be back on talking football with my guy. Wednesdays, and then here it is, it's college. You got a real big you got a pretty high expectation year over with the Irish. Us up in up in Michigan, out of the Central Michigan. Is it in Central Michigan?
Southeastern.
I was in the southeastern quadrant. We're just hoping to
keep a coach.
To make it. No, no. We're just hoping to make a bowl game, even though there are like 40,000 bowl games. But if we make a bowl game, I think that it won't help. It won't do shit. But give us something to cheer for. Hey, Amy, what's going on? Hey, Amy. Amy Myers is checking in. Hey, fellas, she is got some great things going on right now with the Indiana Tornadoes. They are moving on to the is it the championship game? Last week was the conference, so they're moving on to the championship game of their semi-pro division, and what an exciting time. Maybe we can get a little more highlights from Highlight on their next go round. But shout outs to Amy and those guys over there.
Nice. Very nice. Is what's
Hello,
his name?
mother.
Borat. Very nice.
So other than that, man, I'm excited to get on with this college season, man. I think it's going to be a interesting one with all the new regulations and things that they got, going on. So,
yep, it's going to definitely be interesting. I can assure you of that.
So, you want to go ahead and get started?
Roll with it, brother. I'm doing the wonderful social medialization really quick, so bear with me.
All right, that's cool. Socialize. I will mingle with the live participants. Hello, mother. We all say hey. And hey, everybody,
Hello, mother.
Make sure you get out and enjoy this fabulous weekend that is coming up here in Indiana. I know there's a lot of places in the country that aren't doing so well right now. So we want to make sure we give our BW Sports One shots out, our loves, our positive energy. Make sure we'll get Monica to send some great thoughts towards our friends down in the South. I know with you and the BYB and the Bare Knuckle, I know there are some things going on down in Biloxi with that. So I want to make sure that we send positive energy to all of our people down there in Louisiana and the Gulf states.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Tragic as always when something rips through there. I've been talking to a couple of our friends down there in the area. Everybody seems that I've talked to, everybody seems to be safe. Damage is done to homes and everything, of course, but the most important thing is everybody's still safe, breathing, functioning, and can get on and move forward eventually.
Awesome. Yeah. So there we have it. We've done that. Now we're going to get into our thing. Our good man has done social media. We've done wrapping up all the pish posh and all the things that is going on the catch up. And now it's time to get into it. But first, since he mentioned it, I guess we'll tell you a little bit about Elite Performance.
Just a little bit, because Elite Performance is where the dream of elite fitness becomes a reality. Boom! And now the pigskin is flying.
All right. So we start off with my bookie man cave chatter. 50% deposit match up to $1,000 and a free $10 bet. MyBookie.ag. So, my brother, we're going to get into a little before we get into the games and things of that nature. Let's get some of this in. What the hell am I talking about? This NCAA. That's it.
Sometimes we don't know.
It's right here on the screen, too. And I'm looking dead at it. The NCAA chit chat of what's going on. So, first off, we give a little background. You got the, the NIL rules that is popping up right now with the players being able to, reap the benefits of their image, so to speak, and being able to acquire money. He's got notes, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
This is great. You guys better bear with us because this is going to be a good one.
Damn right. And Joe, yes, I actually was in that video. You know why? Because those were my calves with the Rogue Energy cup. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
His calves. That's great. So, basically, players are allowed to, make a little money now. We've seen already a couple high profile athletes make deals. Some big deals, and we've seen. Then we've talked about a couple, like the guy who owns the MMA gyms down in Miami and Southern Florida, who paid the University of Miami. So we're seeing things happen across the country. Hey, and it's even happened in the women's side, because in basketball, we saw Paige from UConn have her little endorsement deal as well. So we're seeing it affecting the women's side as well. So, but here on football, you've seen that happening. So, man, yeah, it's interesting.
What is it? The biggest one that I noticed, besides, you knew Neon Dion's son was going to get something, and I'm sure his daddy helped him, obviously. So he got a nice Beats by Dre deal going on. But Ohio State freshman quarterback, never stepped foot in a. Well, let me back up. Never played a down of collegiate football. $1.4 million deal with an autograph vendor. 1.4. That 18-year-old's life is completely changed. Oh, I'm sorry. 18 is completely changed now.
Completely.
Without throwing a ball, without taking a snap in college football.
At all. Not seeing nobody but your own defense.
Jeez, come on, people. What?
You know what I
Come
mean?
on.
You know what I mean? And it's gonna be like that. You know what I mean? So it no longer or the days of questioning high profile NCAA athletes, questioning the fact that he's from the inner city and he's driving a $400,000 car on campus.
Master P is making his boys some green. You're not lying there.
Yep. Yeah, Master P. I saw his boy get some. Obviously, the stars whose kids are athletes at these universities, obviously they're going to get deals. P's son was one of the first to go down. You know what I mean? Michigan was one of the first schools to sign an endorsement deal for their players, not football. I think it was the whole school entire. You know what I mean? So, it's crazy right now. So, and we're going to see more.
Yeah, and we are. And I didn't mean to cut you off there, but then you're going to go back to, okay, how much does each sport get if a whole college or university is getting the deal? You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, obviously football and basketball are two of the top sports in college, but two hot chicks from Fresno State. Send the pics, Joe. Send the pics.
Send the pics. I think when the endorsement deals signed with the universities, I think it's going to end up kind of sort of like with the shoe deals, like with UCLA just leaving Under Armour going to Jordan brand. You know what I mean? Like the whole university, every sporting thing is Jordan. So I get
that. I get
that. I think if you do the whole school, I think that's how they'll break it down into whatever each individual part needs. But then you got to look at it. If you go to the schools out west, they're going to be, a little heavier on the volleyballs, the softballs, the baseballs, as well as the football and basketball. So, and then like here in the Midwest, they're going to lean on wrestling, swimming, those type of things. So, yeah, so I'm cool with it. I really don't have a problem with it. You know what I mean? If it's under the rules, why not? And then maybe that'll give us a new end to the NCAA game that's supposed to be coming out.
Maybe, because after, what was it, 20? God, I'm trying to think. 2012, 2013, 2012, somewhere in there is when they stopped it because they used the name on the back of the jerseys one time, and it was done deal.
Let's see what it was, and they've been on there before, but what it was is you had to win like one or two seasons in a row, and then names will start to pop up after you did it. So I don't know. What's up, D. Wells?
Mr. Wells.
Strong arm pitcher from Paris, Texas.
Mr. Wells.
So, all right, let's move it because we got a lot going on and we really don't want to keep you guys. And plus, I got some young guy downstairs on the counter.
Wow.
Chinese food.
Wow.
I was to see who got that, but apparently you did.
All
right, so let's get into, man, the next couple of things I got on the list that all kind of roll in together.
Yep.
So let's get into this conference shakeup. You got Texas and Oklahoma cutting out from the Big 12, moving over to the SEC, which is creating a 16-team super conference. And then to combat that, the Pac-12, Big 10, and ACC have aligned themselves together still separate conferences, but have made an alliance where they're now a super conference, so to speak. And right now, they're just going to focus on, creating matchups that people want to see instead of playing these cupcakes. Instead of seeing OSU play Nevada County State Central Catholic alma mater,
True.
they're playing, top quality schools, and we get to see that. And so, but I mean, they got to do something because the SEC is like super dominant. But we've talked about this before, shows years ago when we were doing the live shows in the bar. We saw it coming to change the shift in college football, especially when these conferences start to realign.
Yep. And now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe Texas and Oklahoma are not necessarily, technically, as of now, moving to the SEC until 2025. But a lot of people are saying it's going to happen before then because even both of the athletic directors or the athletic program said, we're not moving until then. We'll play the contract out until 2025. However, like I said, there's a lot of people saying that won't last out. Now, when that comes, do they buy out the contract then? Does the SEC buy out their contracts from the Big 12, or do each individual program have to buy out of their contract individually?
I mean, who knows how it works out? It might be on the fact that the Big 12 don't want to deal with deal with them for the next 4 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, why do we want? I mean, I don't know. So I'm just throwing something out there.
Right.
I mean, obviously, there's going to be some type of monetary negative for somebody, but I don't think they stay to 2025. One, they've already not renewed the contract for the media. I think so. That's going to have something to do with it. For me, I think I just think that. Well, it won't be this year. It won't be next year. I think it might be the year. What's this? 2022, 23. It'll be 23. I think that very possible.
Very possible.
As soon as they figure out what the money is, as soon as the money adds up, then they'll be gone because they don't want to deal with them. They don't want to deal with that until 2025, knowing that they're leaving.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I would take into consideration if I was the conference, keeping them to the whole contract for monetary reasons alone. And since you want to leave, you know what? We're going to stick our contract to you and make as much money off of you as possible.
Hey, they can pull a Man City. I don't care, man. It doesn't bother me one bit. You know what I'm saying? So, but we'll talk a little bit more about the SEC when we go into conferences. But I mean, I don't have a problem with it, and I like how the alliance is happening. I think it will create a more competitive, field of football. We'll stop seeing those cupcakes. We'll stop seeing these schools ducking. Playing top talent. Because you remember when we were kids, these schools played each other. Now you're seeing a lot more, Nevada extra community college schools playing. So I think we'll be good.
Or Michigan playing Appalachian State.
Hey, that was a win, but you got to look at it. Appalachian State had won 4 straight Division One AA titles. It wasn't. They were damn near a division. Well, they are now.
Yeah, they're Division One now. How many batteries does it take?
Yeah, 1, 2, yes, I've heard it all.
AA. You knew it's college football preview. You knew I had to throw something in. I'm sure there's something throwing in at me at some point. It's part of it.
I was going to reserve myself and let somebody else handle that, but our special guest has some things come up. I think it was work related. So I'm not even going to go there because I got high hopes for the Irish this year. So
we'll see.
No Michigan bashing, Dan. But listen, Dan.
I was just stating facts.
just know this Wellesley. Just know this. Who won the last game and what was the score?
A
That's
lot
all I
to a
have to say.
little, and you guys beat the dog shit out of us.
And that was it. That's all I got there. But sticking on that same theme, what happens to the rest of the Big 12? You know, what happens to West Virginia, Oklahoma State, Iowa State, TCU? Some of these schools are generally pretty decent, not championship worthy, but pretty decent in college football. So what happens to those schools? You know what I'm saying? The Big Ten has already said that we're not taking any more schools. The Pac-12 has already said they're not taking any more schools. Does it go back down to the Big 8?
I mean, that's where it started, right? When it
I mean, if it
originally
goes,
came down.
uh-huh.
Yeah,
I mean, if it
what
goes
else
back
do
to
you
the
do? Do you split them all up and to put them into different conferences? Do you keep the 8 teams remaining, or not 8? What?
8, no, 10,
10. Yeah, yeah.
10, 10. Yeah.
So did they start as the Big 8?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm not even
Man,
going to
that
try to
Michigan
act
guy is
like,
so full of shit on that one.
yeah, I'm not going to try to act like, but I thought it was the Big 8 or something like that. But,
I mean, it's a big commitment for schools to stay in a conference where your conference just lost technically the biggest 2 moneymakers in it, honestly.
hey, I got to take a shot for the football back. The wife was shooting me. And then we got apple juice for the kid. So
there you go. There you go. Little Zeke is back in the house, and it's football season.
Oh, yes, it is. And he's killing boys. But I'm going to kind of mention like what Wells used to say, because it's in the notes. Conference America, they have an opportunity to grow. Really, the Big 12, you can go plug schools like Cincinnati, whose program is building. You can maybe plug schools like Coastal Carolina or Louisiana, maybe even a Tulane or something like that. You know, you can plug some of those schools and try to build that conference up and keep it. You know what I mean? If they strip those schools, do you take their Power 5 ranking away? Do they just become like the Big East in football? You know what I'm saying? So
is it really a power conference if you don't have Oklahoma and Texas any longer?
I mean, that's what I was saying. Do you strip away their Power 5? Does it turn into Power 4? Does it turn into the NFC, College Division East SEC and the NFC College Division West, the Alliance? You know what I'm saying? Is this going to turn into Marvel, the SEC, and DC, the Alliance? You know what I mean? What is this going to turn into?
Ooh, I don't mind that.
hey, but you like the Marvel comic reference? You got that?
I like
that was good. That was good.
That.
But I mean, I think there's so many variables that you can put into that. You know what I'm saying? So that, I mean, you can break it down, you can add more, you can take more, but just know that the Big Ten is set on what they have and the Pac-12 is set.
Absolutely. Big Ten should have stopped.
Yeah, I mean, and I feel that the ACC probably won't add any more either. So
probably not, because they got 12 teams now too, right?
I think so. Maybe West Virginia, because that kind of fits into their graphical demographic.
It does, but it also, I mean, I could see like West Virginia being in a Big Ten rather than who is it? Nebraska. Nebraska just seems like it's too far out there.
I mean, if Nebraska's too far out there, Rutgers is too far out there.
Yeah. Or Maryland. Maryland. That's who the other one I was thinking of. Maryland's on the far East Coast.
I mean, Penn State's skirting.
They're playing with the line.
Yeah, they're playing with the line. So good. We got that with the conferences. Moving on. Hey.
Yo.
Again, your school comes up in this conversation every year with them being the last holdout for the independents. I think they hold their golden ticket. You know what I mean? They can pick. Notre Dame can do anything they want right now. They can jump to any conference, and they have the staying power with history, following, and their own. Listen, no other school has this. Only professional teams have their own national TV contract. No other NCAA school has that. Notre Dame is the only one. So why in the hell would Notre Dame jump to a conference to get TV money when we have money that rivals your conference money?
It's all about money. 90% of it's about money. We all know that. Uh, I've been on both sides of the fence on this conversation in the past. I think honestly, it's just time to join a conference because what's going to happen here in the future, that contract will be taken away by the new regime. I don't want to say NCAA because it's not going to be called the NCAA any longer. It's going to be called blah, blah, blah. And they're going to say, you can't do this anymore. And at that point, then it's going to be worse than getting into a conference now. And you do play 8 or 9 games within the ACC. You are in the ACC with every other sport at your university. The Big Ten, you should have jumped into Big Ten years ago. I get why you didn't. I get why you didn't, or get why you did think about it, and I get why you didn't do it. Both sides, but now's the time. You join a conference before it's too late, and you lose a lot more money in the long run. If we're talking about business, you lose a lot more money in the long run by waiting rather than getting in somewhere now.
Yeah. When they choose, they're going to go to the ACC because, like you said, 99.9% of all other activities and banners and everything is done under the ACC flag. So, and then they already play what, 7 teams, 6 games, 6 ACC games.
See, I thought it was 8 now.
I don't know. Ooh, drop.
I
Ooh, it's
forgot.
nighttime. It's PM.
Nighttime, yeah. Its parental advisory sticker was on. It's past 8.
No, past 8.
Honestly, I've looked up their schedule. I've seen it. I've looked over it and all that, and I can't honestly remember exactly how many teams from the ACC we play. I know it's at least 6, but I was thinking for some reason it moved to 8.
Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah. We'll look.
All right, let's see. Moving on. We don't really need to talk about the top 25 because it's preseason. It's the same schools that we see every preseason.
Shoot me now.
Pow, 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 pow. I just wanted to mention the word preseason top 25.
Here is my yearly rant. The rankings should not fucking be out until week 6. Now I'm done.
I had to hear it, folks. We had to hear it.
Just saying.
Hey, just a quick question. I don't know. Just a quick comment off complete total subject. I don't know if you caught my comment on the Whiteland Raceway Park post the other day on yours.
Oh, no. I didn't look at it. I don't think I
did. I said that activity is now officially made racing a sport.
Hey. Tommy boy, you heard him. He said racing is a sport.
Hey, listen, if you got parents telling kids, taking other kids out on the track, it is now official. It is a sport.
Yep, and it's pathetic.
Yeah, it is. Hopefully I'll get that shit figured out. All right, so back to it. You got any schools that looking to make a big push for their program this year?
I do. Some are bigger names, but some have, well, all of them are bigger names per se, but they haven't really been the total limelight, or they haven't jumped the hump per se in a while. North Carolina's got one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I'll say it. I'd watch out for North Carolina. They are going to cause they're going to cause a ruckus in the ACC this year.
I like Tar Heels.
Georgia, telling you guys now, there's got to be some sprinkling in the air sometime in Athens. And I think this may be the year. And we'll talk about that here in a little bit. Moving on from that, Wisconsin. Wisconsin has the best chance, I think, to knock off the Ohio State Buckeyes for the Big Ten title this year, barring any injuries, obviously. Remember, guys, football is a sport. You all get hurt all the time. Shit happens. Things could go awry real quick. You like that? I'm using vocab that I haven't used in a while because we're live, I guess. I don't know.
It's a nice show. It's a nice show. The
Texas A&M. They are ranked, and I think they have a very good shot at making a really strong pull for the SEC title. Now, I'm not saying they get it, but I think they may be back into contention past this year. But watch out for them. And this really sucks for me to say. I'm not going to lie. This hurts, and especially with it being our first opponent of the season, the Seminoles of Florida State. Folks, I'm a little nervous. I don't like them. I haven't liked them for a long time. God knows 93 was a shit year because of him. But actually, it was because of Boston College beat us the week after we beat Florida State, but we were still number one anyway. Not going to go there. They are making the tribute to Bobby Bowden. At their first game at home happens to be against the Irish of Notre Dame. Watch out for Florida State.
I like most of your picks, but that's okay.
If we agreed on everything, this would not be good.
It wouldn't be, you know what I mean? And we're not going to sit here and go piddle paddle. That's no fun. But no, those are good picks. You know what I mean? All of them have quality platforms to stand on to have a resurgence. You know what I mean? Especially Wisconsin, you know, being, you know, as dominant in the run game as they are, they have a national chip that they need to, you know, to push. Texas A&M, I just think, you know, their only downfall is they're in the SEC West and they have Alabama, you know. So NC, North Carolina, I expect them to challenge the ACC top. I expect them to challenge Clemson, especially with Clemson having and we'll talk about this a little later on, especially with Clemson with the freshman quarterback. So I like that. I like your picks. Those are good quality picks. I have almost some, but we both have NC, North Carolina, for that. I like Cincy. I like Cincy to make a push to compound on what they did last year. Should have been a little higher rated bowl, but I think they have a huge chip. I think they have about 80% of their starters coming back, so I look for them to look good. Herm Edwards has been in Arizona State for about 3 years, and they had a real good showing this first year. This will be his third year, so I expect Arizona State, the Sun Devils, to make a good quality run in the Pac-12. Maybe not win it or compete, but I expect them to make some noise.
You play to win the game.
Hello.
Talk about
Maryland
ASU. I gotta say it.
Yeah, I get you. Maryland, I like Maryland to make a big push. They started to look good in the games that they played last year. They challenged a lot of big names. They got a decent backfield. I don't know about quarterback play. I know they got a pretty decent defense and a lot of starters coming back from a young team. And then my last one, I got the Hurricanes. They got a big game. You know what I mean? Starting off with the defending champs of Alabama. I don't expect them to win that game, but I expect them to show what we will see in the future. I like Miami, North Carolina, and Clemson to fight for that top spot in the SEC. So that's what I got there for my schools to push.
ACC,
yes. My schools to push.
It's one of those acronyms.
Yeah, you got the ACC, you got the AAC, or the American Athletic Conference. You know, you got all kind of crazy shit.
Yes, sir.
Slurricanes. Yes, the slurricanes.
Hey, Catholics versus convicts. Yes, I said it.
Well, that's normal.
I know, but you know what? You know what? It just gets me riled up when I hear certain games, certain rivalries. It's college football. I go rogue. You know, I'll go straight to the TV and go rogue for the weekend, just like we want you to go rogue with us with Rogue Energy. Fruit punch, hydration, and blue raspberry energy. Mix that shit together. Oh man, it's like second to this strawberry banana with the vanilla scoop away protein.
I was just like, we got beats, huh?
Wow, wow, wow.
All right, moving on in the docket. This brings up our Inside the Cooler chat, brought to you by Circle City Cryogenics, where we freeze just about anything but people.
They don't freeze bodies, folks. Don't send your morgue.
All right, so let's talk about these Power 5 conferences, buddy.
Let's do it.
Let's get into it. So let's start off with the ACC, the Athletic Coastal Conference.
We started where we just ended. It's a great segue.
Great segue. So that puts us last year's defending conference champion Clemson. And then from there, it was a pretty distinct difference or a gap between the rest of the conference. So what do you think about this conference? You know, with Miami and North Carolina, I think Virginia Tech should be making a surge. What do you think?
Well, let me just tell you something, all right? I'm not fond of the ACC teams, a lot of them. I do enjoy a little Tar Heel pigskin. You know, again, like I said, the quarterback is one of the top quarterbacks in the country right now. They're going to have a good season. Clemson, obviously, is still going to be an elite team to beat and go through to get anywhere. Excuse me. Like I said, I think Florida State is going to be a little bit of a surprise to people. I think they're going to come out and give these ACC teams a lot more than what they've seen them give them the past few years. Now, obviously, back in the day, Florida State was a powerhouse, you know, and things happen. Jameis Winston came in, and no, I'm just joking. You know, a lot of things happens to programs, and they just fall, and it's like a roller coaster. But I think Florida State's going to be up there this year. And honestly, I'm not too hot on Miami. I don't know why. I thought last year, you know, yeah, they're going to be something, you know, and just the feeling I have with something's missing, something is not right. I don't know where I'm getting this feeling from. Maybe it's just they don't show up ready fully for this first game against Alabama and get romped. And then their whole season in their mind is like, oh my God, we got our asses kicked. And it just kind of does like this does, like a stock that's falling down a little bit slow by slow. But North Carolina, yeah, they're going to be up there. Clemson and Florida State, I would say, are my top three.
I like it. I think I'm gonna call this one. I actually think North Carolina is going to win the ACC this year.
Wow.
I think they have a quarterback who outside, chance at the Heisman. You know what I mean? Because if we look at it outside of Clemson, outside of Miami, outside of Florida State, he's got a lot of teams in the ACC that he can put up numbers against, that what people like to see. I like North Carolina to win the SEC because I don't believe in the quarterback play of Clemson. I think they lost too much on offense. I think they're going to be good. I mean, no question. I mean, they return 5-star athletes every year, but I think this is their down year. Like Alabama will have a down year, but still be, 10 wins, type shit. So, but the Miami, I'm with you on this Miami. I know they're ranked 14th right now. This is a big game. I don't expect them to win, but I think, like you said, we'll gauge how this Miami season is going to go off this game. If they play well, I think it's going to be a 3-horse race. Depending on, I just don't see what you see in Florida State just yet, but I'm reserved my right to be critical. So I'll put that on. I push on Florida State right now, but Miami, I think this game right here, playing the champs, they have a chance to show what they should be, especially with Alabama starting a freshman quarterback too. So we'll see. So I like right now. I like North Carolina, Clemson, and then either Florida State or either Florida State or the other school.
North Carolina?
Yeah. No, North Carolina 1.
Clemson
2.
Miami.
Florida. Yes, that's it.
Gotcha.
All right. Moving on to the Big Ten. You said earlier you like Iowa to be the closest school to touch Ohio State.
No.
Do you say Iowa?
Wisconsin.
I thought you said Iowa.
No.
Okay.
No.
Wisconsin. Okay.
Sure didn't.
All right, just making sure. Well, both of them are ranked.
If I did, I was majorly mistaken in my head.
It happens. Both of the schools are ranked. So I actually expect decent seasons out of both schools. Wisconsin, the better school with the Big Ten. I mean, in the Big Ten. I like, obviously, OSU is probably the top school in the Big Ten, hands down. I like Penn State. I really like Penn State.
Penn State's got a decent matchup with Wisconsin this week. They're kicking off against, two powerhouses in the conference going after each other week 1. This right here could set the tone for, who's sitting well. And now, obviously, Penn State has to go through Ohio State to get to that Big Ten championship. Wisconsin just has to stay pretty. They just have to stay out of trouble, per se.
They need to pay attention to Iowa.
I'm not taking anything away from Iowa because Iowa's been a thorn in people's side in the Big Ten for a few years now. I just don't think that I don't think that Iowa has anything for Wisconsin this year. Now, Wisconsin's been teeter-tottered over the past couple of years. I think that this year may be the year that they may see the playoffs.
Maybe. I'm telling you, I was sneaky good, man. How you feel about Florida State? I like Iowa because they've been just right there the last couple of years, and I think their quarterback is going to make the difference. I think they got decent outside play, and they always have a tough defense. So I like Iowa. I actually like Iowa in this Wisconsin game, but I wouldn't put money on it.
Iowa's playing IU.
Iowa's playing IU, but I like Iowa in that matchup right now if they were to play. And then we go on.
There you go.
Obviously we clearly have OSU up there. I don't know. I can talk about Michigan, but
I wouldn't.
for what we come down to the same issues that we have every year. Is Harbaugh going to allow the offensive coordinator to call the game, or are you going to do the same Andrew Luck shit in Stanford that we see? We're going to continue to see players transfer. Zach Charbonnet go to UCLA and have 5 touchdowns in the game, or we're going to see Milton transfer to Tennessee and start before Tennessee. All these people just leave and then go do something else and be good, except for Brandon Peters. He just can't not get hurt. So, but we're going to keep seeing the same thing, wasted defensive talent. We're turning in, first round draft picks on defense, wasted defensive talent because you can't, take your thumb out of your ass on the offense. And again, we have a quarterback. But anyway, so I like IU to make some noise in the Big Ten. I don't see Purdue doing shit.
Nope. Not at all.
So that's what I got for the Big Ten.
I mean, I think it's going to be Wisconsin and Ohio State going at it in the championship.
Probably. All right, let's move on. Pac-12.
Eesh. You know how much I love those Southern California teams.
Yeah, I think Southern California is not going to be as good as what people project them to be. I think Oregon owns this conference this year, but I have a team that people need to pay attention to.
Chip.
I know.
Chip.
I know they played the Rainbows on this past Saturday. That was a practice game, but let's not gauge what we're seeing. But they got a true test. We'll talk about it later on. They got a true test this weekend. But I like UCLA to win the Pac-12.
Wow. Chip Kelly back in the driver's seat of the California coast, folks. What does Lee say? Not so fast. As much as I hate to say this, I think Southern Cal's a pretty decent team again. And believe me, bro, it's just like I was talking about earlier with the Florida State team. I think that Southern Cal is on their way back to being a very, very elite team in the Pac-12. However, Oregon, hands down, wins this division, and it could potentially be against UCLA in that game, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because the Pac-12 get waxed in the Final Four.
Do they make it?
No, but
we shall see.
No, I like and I'll break it down how my Final Four runs out because it does affect. I mean, this game between UCLA and Oregon affects directly my Final Four.
Cal.
No,
UCLA is playing Southern Cal.
When?
This week?
No, UCLA is playing LSU.
LSU. I'm sorry. Yes. LSU.
Right, but I'm saying the game with Oregon and UCLA, that game directly affects my my Final Four. But I like that. I like what they got going over. They got Zach Charbonnet from Michigan, who is a dynamic runner. He can hit in between the tackles, and he has breakaway speed. Quarterback play is really good. Outside play is really good. And this is Chip Kelly almost has Oregon style defense that he had back when he was in Oregon. So I like it. I like it. I know it's a bold pick because UCLA is not even ranked, but I like UCLA. It's the Pac-12 too. So You know what I'm saying?
Fucking numbers out of front of their names for 6 weeks.
Right. You know, I feel Herb. I feel Herb Street. I like UCLA.
All
right. Big 12. Only thing we need to say is Sooners. Only thing we need to say is Sooners.
There's nothing else to say.
Nothing
else to say.
Texas is gonna fuck around and get beat by Louisiana this week. So
Texas has just not been right for a long time.
And moving to the SEC is not going to help. Talk about that here in a minute. But yeah.
I mean, like you said, there's nothing really to say. In my mind, Oklahoma wins it hands down with, I may think that they're one of the top 4 teams in the league.
I think they got the easiest road. They have the easiest road at any of those top schools.
Until they play an actual defense. Because nobody in the Big 12 knows anything about defense.
So they play their first big game. Who they play? They play somebody.
Who?
Not this week. They got one big game. They got one big game.
Texas goes to
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
No one cares about Texas. They're going to lose to TCU again. They're going to lose.
When is the last time they beat them?
I don't know. Let the TCU president, athletic director said it's been a while.
It has been a while. I'm looking at Oklahoma's schedule. The only teams that they play, Texas and Iowa State. Baylor
they got the easy.
Always be a threat, but again, all you got to do is find a defense for 4 quarters. You don't need to.
But Baylor's in sanctions, man. They got all replacement players.
Hey, haven't you seen the replacements?
Yes, that was the movies. It's not Rudy.
Damn it.
But no, yeah. Who's their non-conference games?
Who? Oklahoma's?
Yeah.
Let's see. So they play Tulane first game. Wichita? No, not Wichita State. Who's that?
Wow.
Western. Shit, dude, I don't even know who this is. Western Carolina.
That is amazing.
Nebraska, West Virginia. That might be a decent game.
That'd be a high-scoring game. But Oklahoma's got a top 5 defense, bro. They're good.
They know how to play, so that's why I don't see anybody in the Big 12 at least beating them at all.
We are Penn State.
Oh my God, who is that?
Big Ben 316 over on the YouTube.
Ben, you gotta be kidding me. Big Ben. Oh, Penn State. I don't know.
But
he's from Philly area, I believe. So he's.
I like the Niners. I mean, I like the Nittany Lions, man. They look good this year.
They do.
Yeah. So, are we moving out of the pack? Are we moving out of the
please
the Pac-12 or the Big 12?
Please.
So now we're going into the conference of all conferences, the SEC.
Man. The what do they call it? The super conference here shortly, if it's not already.
He said he's in Delaware.
In Delaware? Well, that's not too far from Philadelphia. I'm just throwing it out there. Big Ben, my boy.
He said it's Penn State or Notre Dame.
Hey, we can agree on something, brother. Go Irish.
So Alabama sits on top of the SEC right now. The SEC is loaded. Georgia, Florida State, Florida Texas A&M.
Florida State's ACC.
Not Florida State. I meant
LSU.
Yes, and somebody else. There was somebody else I was thinking. I'll get it in a minute.
LSU, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, and you still got Ole Miss and Auburn, South Carolina. I don't know what they're doing.
Nothing. They're playing with their cocks.
Literally, because
Get
that's
that?
what
They're the
Gamecocks
Gamecocks. They're
do.
the Gamecocks. See, y'all minds in the gutter, people. Get out the gutter.
Jeez.
Yeah. Shake up. Shake up. It's been what 40 years since Georgia's won the national title. They start by winning the SEC.
Is that a mic drop?
That is a mic drop. I have Georgia. I'm going with the more experienced quarterback. I have Georgia. I'm going to Georgia. Alabama's going to be good. Alabama's going to be good, but I got Georgia. I like Georgia. I do.
I told you earlier, I think Georgia's got that little sprinkle in their program that could take them to the promised land. They've been oh so close, oh so many times, and haven't gotten past their nemesis in the joint or the neighboring state. Could this be the year? We'll see here in a minute when we talk about our Final Four.
Because if I'm not mistaken, Alabama and Georgia don't play unless it's the championship game. Correct? Yes. I have Georgia. Yes. Yes, I do. The dogs.
DMX was just reincarnated for 3 seconds, folks.
Let me go. Let me go. Terrible. That was more
I still
Mr. T.
think my Ultimate Warrior is better than that.
Oh, definitely, because that sounded more like Mr. T. But
oh God.
But I'm not buying Texas A&M. They'll win 8 games, but I'm still not buying it. I'm just not thinking he has what he needs. And then again, I'm not a fan. I'm not a real big fan. The coach was Jimbo Fisher. I'm not a real big fan. So
I never said I was a fan, but I think they do got some talent down there. And then
they do.
They can hang with some of the bigger boys in the SEC.
Yeah. So I don't have any sneaky. I don't have any sneaky SEC. I don't think Joe Milton is going to take Tennessee to new heights. You know what I mean? I'm not seeing South Carolina. I don't see Auburn. You know what I mean? Nothing. There's no extras there. Obviously, the conference is better than most other conference. Very top heavy is the SEC, but that's my shakeup.
There you go. And speaking of shakeups, I just finished my shake inside my Elite Performance Cup. But let me tell you something what's going on. October 16th. We're not just shaking the ground. We're making the earth rattle with some powerlifting competition going on, folks. That's right. At the new location of Elite Performance. I don't remember the day. Oh, yes, I do. Yes, I do. It's real easy. 10621 East Edgewood Avenue in Indianapolis, Indiana. 46259, maybe. I don't know. Don't quote me on that part. But you can always call 765-499-1005 or go to eliteptindy.com to check out. Oh, that has the old date on it, folks, but that's okay. It's October 16th. We'll get that switched over to you. That's my fault.
Yes, that is the day before the one's 47th birthday. So I'm going to have to come out there and show some elite wisdom. All right. So that is
time.
That is it. That's it.
You know what it's time for, Damon?
What's it time for?
It is time finally back for the Doc Sports Picks of the Week, my brother. That's right. Brought to you by Doc Sports Picks. Go to Doc Sports Picks and text BW Sports to 29022 for your free betting book up to $60 value. No obligation, no credit card. Text BW Sports to 29022 today. And finally, we get to see it's the Doc Sports Picks of the week.
You know, I'm a little angry because I did all these banners and didn't even put the Doc Sports Pick banner up. It didn't even make it.
Oh, you want to know why?
I did half of it. Here it is. It's half
You know
of
why?
it. Why?
Because I think you may have gotten your hands on a little bit of BeeLit. BeeLit Organics. Check them out. All natural products. Great for the body, mind, and soul and joint pain.
Yeah, I'm old, 47. These joints hurt, bro.
You need it.
All right, so we're getting into the Doc Sports Picks. So we're doing Doc Sports Picks a little different this year, and it's going to carry over into our NFL side things as well. So we're going to break them down into sections. We're going to give you 2 games that we pick, just straight up games, and then we're going to give you an upset game, and then we're going to give you our picks for our money games. And then so we'll do that for college. We'll do that for our NFLs as well. So, and here we go. So the first game that we have is number 1, Alabama at number 14, Miami. We talked about this a little bit ago. Actually, there's a lot to prove on both sides of the ball for this one. Alabama, you got rid of, you drafted a lot of players into the NFL, a lot of holes, but you always refill, but you got a true freshman starting. We don't know who's on the outside catching passes. We're not sure who our running back potentially is going to be. I think earlier in the season, they're going to lean on to their defense. He's trying to get into the light. That's great.
Or he's trying to
show off his new pecs. I don't know.
The light. No, it's the knife. I need the knife. Give me the knife.
Hilarious. So on that, but then you flip over to Miami. Again, a lot of high expectations last year. I don't know if you want to say it was the COVID, but we've had high expectations for the last 2 years for Miami. And when it comes down to it, they just fizzle out or just all about this turnover chain and not really about winning football games. So we'll see. They have a young quarterback themselves. I think he's been in the program, but it's his time now. So I think he has a little bit of game experience. So they have a lot to prove, and Alabama has a lot to prove to defend the SEC.
I'm like Ivan. Okay, Ivan coming out to fight Apollo. Alabama. Okay, if they die, they die, and that's exactly what Miami's gonna do. Is fall off the face of the earth of the ACC after this loss.
There you have it. Bye-bye, Miami. The South Beach curse is supposed to be for the visitors, not the players.
Is that how that works?
So DaLion picks Alabama for this game, and the one also takes Alabama for this game. I just think that the SEC overpowering, the Alabama is overpowering with talent. We might not know the names of those talent right now, but we just start to see them after the end of this game. I think Miami gives us about a half a good football. I don't know if that's the first 2 quarters or the last 2 quarters or the first and last quarter or the first and third or the second and fourth. Not really sure, but you're only going to get 2.
Well, they play 4.
Yeah, all right. Second game up. We have number 5, Georgia, and number 3, Clemson. So Who you got?
Clemson will go undefeated this year in the ACC conference, but they will not go undefeated in the whole season. They will go 11-1. With this being the game they lose, because I really do think that Georgia has it this year.
That is a great pick. And I'm going to agree with you. I am also going to go with Georgia in this game. I have high hopes for Georgia. And I think this is going to be a great stepping stone. Again, when we talked in the conferences, I have a little trepidation about Clemson's quarterback and the replacements, because they had lost Travis Etienne too. So who is your running back? So I like Georgia to be dominant, SEC style.
I agree wholeheartedly this year. Georgia, the Bulldogs are digging them paws into the ground, slanging that shit behind them, and throwing down on the gridiron. I came up with that just then.
Put it back.
Hey!
All right, so here we go. Our upset games. Upset game. Basically, this is a game that we feel that there's going to be an upset in this game. And normally you want to pick a different game than you picked before. But
I agree.
So we already know who DaLion's upset game is.
I mean, Clemson is 3-point favorites right now, or as of earlier today. It technically is an upset on paper. It's technically an upset in the rankings. But you picked the one I was really leaning towards, so I had to pick this game. So, Damon, please tell them who you picked as the upset of the week, because I really am agreeing with you on this.
I'll pick this game as the upset game of the week. Number 16, LSU traveling to Southern California to face the University of California, Los Angeles. For all of you people who don't like acronyms, it's UCLA.
What do you mean?
You people.
You people.
So yeah, man, I really like UCLA. I think Chip Kelly I think he has something he found. And I know. I wasn't a fan of him when he was at that school with the Golden Dome either. You know what I mean? I got that feeling about him. I got that feeling about Rodriguez that you did, and Bernie Hope that you did. So, but no, I think he's back in his comfort zone, recruiting in that area where he's had so much success in Oregon. I think he's tapping in to some of those same recruiting veins, and I think he has a talented team with an experienced running back who has a chip on the shoulder, not getting his just due at the University of Michigan with Zach Charbonnet. So I like him, and I think this game, it's not going to be. I don't think it's going to be like they win with a field goal at the end. I think they win like my baby 7 to 10 points. I think they win this game.
I think it's very possible. I think they're going to win. I think it's very possible for them to be dominant in it. It's possible. Very much so. Money game.
And then for one, UCLA, those players are dealing with the mental stress of Hurricane Ida.
Yep.
So, I mean, you can try to get them focused. They can say they focus, but they're worried about their families, and that's what they do. So I take that into consideration as well.
Hold on. Really quick, before we go to our money game, we have a cameo.
Is it the Pew Pew Girl?
Wave and say hi, all, to the Pew Pew Girl. Just getting back from basketball practice.
Get your elbow in, shoot from the legs.
Uh-huh. She gone.
Yeah,
I gotta take a shower.
Stinky.
No, she does too. I smelt her coming up the stairs.
Woo, secret. All right, here we go.
Money.
Money game. So
Money,
money game
money,
is the
money,
games
money,
that we
money.
pick that we feel that we should win some money on. So, Mr. Dan, your money game.
Again, the ACC Seminoles are going to give a fit to this year's opponents, starting off with my Irish down in Tallahassee Sunday night with an honorable memoir of the late, great Bobby Bowden. I am not saying that they win this game because that would hurt me too much to say that. But I will take 7.5 points and take the Florida State Seminoles. And I would probably put the over 55.5 as well. Parlay that shit, write that up, slap it on the ass, and send it to your bookie.
I wish you the best on that, but I think Notre Dame covers, and I think Notre Dame covers convincingly.
I fucking hope so. But we all know how Notre Dame can play in big games, in night games, and going to Tallahassee for the first game of the season, knowing that Bobby Bowden is being remembered. Sorry, they're also putting. I don't know if you've seen the logo. They're putting a little Bobby signature on their helmets this season. So
that's cool.
It's gonna have a lot of that old school rivalry feel in this game, and anything can happen.
Yeah, anything can happen, but not in this game. No disrespect to the great Bobby Bowden. I have nothing negative to say about the man. He was very fun to watch. I like listening to him. I've heard a couple of his speeches. The
Except
dude
when
is
you beat Notre Dame.
Yeah, of course, you would say that.
Fuck yeah.
But the dude is what college football is supposed to be about when you're coaching. It's 100% about the kids. And he was like that. So it was a great program, a great loss to the college world and the coaching world. Now, saying that, Notre Dame. I don't know about the 55. That's the one that scares me the most. But Notre Dame is known to, once they find a groove, put a knot on boys. So
if it goes up to 56, I might be skeptical about taking that. But if you find it under 55, I would take it.
Right. I'm with you. My game, I'm going to stay in town or in state. I'm going to go with the 17, the Hoosiers at 17th and the Iowa Hawkeyes at 18th. I spoke a little bit about the Hawkeyes. I do like the Hoosiers to have a decent season. I'm still kind of skeptical on their quarterback and his knee injury. So I like to cheer for IU a little bit. It's good to see them good at something other than soccer because they suck at basketball. But whatever. Sorry, Hanowski. Hope you're feeling better, buddy. But yeah, I like Iowa, man. I like Iowa to push Wisconsin, so I like Iowa to win this game.
There you go. Sorry, IU fans. Brad the Italian's probably watching, hating the one right now because Lord knows he's a Hoosier through and through, and I'm waiting on my phone to ring.
All right, so there you have the Doc Sports picks of the week. And like I said, we'll be doing these for our NFL picks too. Make sure you tune in next week. We got something special for you for our NFL kickoff show right before the Thursday game. We're coming for you special. We got something special. I can't tell you about it just yet. Can't tell you yet, but it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a blast from the past. Like y'all not even going to know that it happened. Y'all not even going to happen. And then also during that show, we're going to make the drawing for the BaumBurgers season ticket Colts first game home opener for the Colts here against the Seahawks. So
there's the entries. Here in this almost sealed box.
Almost sealed box.
But I'm not touching it until we leave next Wednesday. I about ruined it.
Next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
We
Not to
won't
explain.
tell you, but you there. We'll let you know. It's going to be exciting. So make sure you tune into that. But then back to what we were doing. Next up on the docket, and this is what we're going to take us out because we always have something special for you. So now we have the Carma Coin social media question of the week. We started this with our noon shows over the summer. And then our last show, we posed this for you, broken into this show. So the Carma Coin question of the week, brought to you by Carma Coin, the charitable cryptocurrency that gives you supercars.
That's right. And now it is September. So let's make September sexy, folks. That's right. Not SEXY, S3SY. Go check out karmacoin.co right now because they are ready to give the full line of Teslas away, folks. Check out karmacoin.co right now after the show. Wait a minute, 5 minutes after the show.
Booyah. Get you a Tesla. I want one. I'll look good in a Tesla. Okay, I'll look good at anything. That's beside the point. But I'll look good in All right, so here we are. Our Karma question of the week. Pretty simple. Who is your, damn it, Damon. Who are your 4 teams to compete in the college football playoff?
It's literally right there. How much have you had to drink, sir?
I mean, this is one glass and a shot, but I got another one here for the end of the show. So,
Aha.
hey,
Aha.
it's Labor Day weekend.
It is. It is. Well, it's almost weekend.
Almost. So, you want to go first? You want me to go first?
I'll go first.
You go first?
I'll go first. No, you go first. I want you
I'll
to
go
I
first.
want the one to go one.
So, here are the ones Final Four schools for the college football playoff. Bam.
Boom.
Number 1, I got Oklahoma. The reason why I got Oklahoma up there because they have the easiest route to that spot. They should not lose a game. Oklahoma, you're looking at the Big 12 as in Oklahoma is just better than everybody in that league. True. But Oklahoma is a very good football team, and they are equipped to compete in the SEC right now. They're built that way, the same way OSU is built to compete in the SEC right now, and Oklahoma has that type of dominance. So I got Oklahoma at number 1. Number 2, for the team with the second easiest route to the national championship is OSU. They're only I like Penn State, but I don't think they're ready to challenge that monster. Wisconsin, like you said, I think they got the best shot coming out of the other side of the Big Ten to challenge OSU. But like I said, the way they're built, the rest of the Big Ten is still playing that Big Ten football. And OSU, like Oklahoma, has come out of that, and they built themselves to compete for national championships with the teams in the SEC and the Pac-12 and Clemson. So I like OSU in that. Number 3, I had to go back and change it because, and it went back because I thought I changed it, but I was thinking I had to proof myself, and I was like, "Oh, that's not right." Number 3, I got Georgia. I got Georgia being number 3 because they beat Alabama in that SEC championship game. So I got Georgia in there. And then number 4, I have, yes, Dan. I have the team with the third easiest trip to the national championship game, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. That is my Final 4.
Well, hey, Damon, I love you, brother. I love your respect towards Notre Dame when nobody's talking shit on Michigan. I love it. I love it. I love it. But back your bus up. Because the Lion is going to throw a curveball, folks. The Lions 4 in the playoffs. Roll them up there, Damon. That's right. Holy shit, Dan. What are you doing? Number 1, Oklahoma obviously has got the easiest road to being undefeated and going into the championship or the playoffs. I'm sorry. Alabama and Georgia, 2-3. Georgia rolls their season. Alabama rolls their season. The only reason Georgia is 3 and Alabama is 2 going into the playoffs is because Alabama does win the SEC title. Number 4, the Pac-12
Is
makes
back.
its appearance in the playoffs. Holy hell, folks. I must be on that good shit because I don't know what the hell I was thinking about putting Oregon in there, but let me tell you.
You must have finished my glass.
Yeah, that's snuck. You didn't see me? I went like this. Whoop. I'm telling you guys, Oregon's no joke. I like your UCLA pick out of the West, but they still got to see the Ducks. And
That's the reason why. That's the whole reason why I have Notre Dame in the Final Four, because I have UCLA winning that game. Even though I think Oregon has the guy on defense, Thibodeau, who
defensive end.
he has the skills to be the second defensive player to win the Heisman. But I just don't think, without him playing any offense or special teams, I don't think he has a shot. I think he has a shot, but I don't think he can. But I think he is the reason that Oregon's going to be good. But if Oregon wins that Pac-12 championship game, Oregon's in. If UCLA wins that Pac-12 championship game, Notre Dame's in.
Well, honestly, I hope that I'm wrong on this and I see Notre Dame. But honestly, I see Notre Dame will lose in one game this season. I'm not sure which one, but I can count on Notre Dame losing one game this season that takes them out, because you're looking at 3 undefeated teams and the other team went undefeated and just lost to that team right there as their only loss in the title game.
I love that you pointing down at the shit. That's good. No, I think it's great. I think it's great for college football. Man, it's gonna be good, man. Notre Dame, I know you feel that way, but Michigan's not on your schedule, so you don't have to worry about that one loss. Oh, go blue.
I sure shit wouldn't be worried about the Wolverines right now.
I waited.
You did. I'm happy.
All right, so there you have it. Hey, but we got bonus picks. I was just head of the sticky note. The Weiss Final Four.
Oh,
that's not hers?
Oh, wait a minute.
Well, then why did she hand me Oklahoma, Ohio, Alabama, and Notre Dame? Oh, because that's what I told her yesterday, but I changed. I went for Georgia and Alabama. So
that was the original one.
That was the original when I went to.
on, sis.
I changed to Georgia. I did. I changed to Georgia this morning because I was like, nah, man. I just like something about them dogs. About the
so they're feeling it. They're feeling the DMX. The X is gonna give it to you.
Yep. So there you have it. NCAA Kickoff Show. We got great games this weekend. Starting Friday, there's games Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So make sure you tune in. We start off with the champs. Alabama on we start off with some weird people on Thursday, but then we end the weekend with the Fighting Irish Golden Domers on Sunday. So it should be great. Check out some other shows. We got the Combat Zone, who's killing it right now with the bare knuckles and all those good things. You got Monica over with Quantum Inspiration, super kicking it. Checkers and Wreckers. All the good things that we got going. Hey, this Sunday, if you're not doing anything at 3 p.m. Eastern, the State of Basketball's round table with the State of Basketball's Under the Boards round table series is kicking off. We got a great panel, Storm and I. We're going to discuss the big man. Is it a relic of the past or an evolved dominance of the future? So tune in for that. It's going to be a great show. So, that's what we got on the show side. On the business side, what we got, Dan?
Really quick, one more thing. We got kind of an extension to us that I am a part of now, which is the Bare Knuckle Rankings Committee. This is the official, unofficial for now, rankings of National Bare Knuckle. So get ready, folks. We're this close, I think, to becoming the official rankings committee of Bare Knuckle. Now,
Hey, I got an invite to that, and I accepted it.
now, don't forget, check out BWSports1.com for everything going on with all of us at the network. If you got anything that you'd like us to work on, whether it be graphics, marketing, digital stuff, management of your sports league, whatever, something like that, in audio, visual needs, we got you covered. Send us an email, info.bwsports1@gmail.com today.
Would you want to hear this lovely voice advertising your awesome product?
As long as it's just very wide. Hey,
Hey,
I know.
Hey,
I would
talk about the adult toys too if I have to.
You know what you could do? You could get some of that BeeLit Organics soap and take it in the shower with you and be like, oh, my muscles getting nice and clean.
Well, on that note, I am going to take my end of show shot, and I'm going to look shot.
Cheers!
You see my wife's hand.
I got a shot left.
Got you. And I'm going to wish everybody in our viewing ear to have a wonderful Labor Day weekend. Celebrate your hard work and celebrate your family and enjoy your time.
And as always, Damon, this is DaLion. That guy's the one. And what do we do?
We keep Indy as sporty as we possibly can.
Pew pew, bitches! Oh, look. Pew pew.
Oh, yeah, there she is. I love it. The old days.
And we will see you next week. Until then, peace.
Love and